His comments as we bring in Lobo head men's basketball coach Craig Neal. Coach Neal, tonight after getting behind by 22, the Lobos with a great run at the end of the first half, and then you got within two very early. And I thought those two possessions there early in the second half that you had with a chance to tie or take the lead were crucial in terms of getting over the hump.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Robert. That's a great observation. Those 2 or 3 possessions are the ones we haven't been able to get all year, and then we didn't get it. And we had opportunities, and it's one of those things that it's like a broken record. And I thought our kids played with passion. I thought they really did this up the first 8 minutes. They got down to 30-8, and then you can't play guys or play teams on the road. And Fresno's been playing good basketball. You can't play teams like that are able to score and let them get out to 30-8. And then in the second half, they only scored 29. They scored 8 in the first. They scored 30 in the first 8 minutes. And then from 32 minutes on, they scored 29 points. And that's what our program's about. That's what it's always been about. It's just trying to get the consistency. Our guys do that for 40 minutes, and that's my responsibility. And, I'm not real happy about it. And I know the guys aren't real happy about it. But, we just can't. We can't battle all the way back and then have mental mistakes. And I told them, I said, guys, if you'll limit the mental mistakes, the team that makes the least mental mistakes will win. And, you can't have a 5-second call on the side out of bounds. You got to throw it in. And you can't throw it away on the side out of bounds with 8 seconds. I tried to call timeout because looked like we weren't going to get anything. We ended up not getting anything anyway with we throw it away. We don't catch and shoot. We don't catch and get it. From passer to receiver aren't good. And then, all in all, we still are there. We have a chance to go 55-54, and we missed 2 free throws. Then we'd go 1 for 2, 1 for 2, 1 for 2, and that adds up. And that's just been the story of what's happened. And then I thought we had great execution late. At 56-53, I think it was 56-53. You have to help me. We had a good look in the corner. We didn't take it, and then we end up, not being able to get a stop, and then fouls out on a tough play late in the clock. But all in all, I thought effort was fantastic. I thought they battled. They just can't get down 30-8.
How did you feel about the switch in the lineup? And initially it didn't.
Well, I didn't really like it initially because we got down 30-8. But I thought we would. I thought we would get the biggest thing is I thought we would get more energy, better in transition defense, better able to guard them, and it went completely the opposite way. We gave them 16 points in the paint. We got beat. They got 14 points in transition, and it's 30-8. And, it has nothing about, it was just trying to shake things up and try to make a change because, we've been in this lull, and I thought I'd try to change it up and do something different. And then at the end of the day, that didn't work either. So, that's just, excuse me, one of those things that, we tried, and I thought, and at the same time, I thought Xavier played really, really well. I thought he did some good things. I thought he was really aggressive, and then, I thought Devin Williams came in and gave us some good minutes off the bench, and then played much improved basketball, and then, we just got some other guys didn't shoot the ball very well, and we struggled a little bit.
You mentioned that you liked the play of X, and I thought that what you were looking for in the first half is what you saw for a stretch in the second half, where it seemed like every time one of our guys, whoever it was X or Didi or Sam before he cramped up there at the end, whoever was catching the ball in the wing, they were taking it hard to the rim, and that to me, that looked like what you hoped it would look like right out of the gate.
Yeah, and I thought we did it. I thought X had a nice layup and did some things, and he stepped out of bounds, and then he kind of stopped doing it, stopped being aggressive, and then we just got on a really bad run, and the problem was it was 30-8. We couldn't execute. And when it was 38, we couldn't score. Then I went back to our normal lineup with Devin or Joe in there with O or JJ, and then our execution got a little bit better, and we started scoring a little bit more and got on a little bit of a run. And then, we had another chance again, the last possession, to get a shot, and we don't get a shot. We're going into half, and we turn it over, and that's one of those things where you know, it's frustrating, and I know it's tough on the guys, but you know, they made some really good basketball plays, and then we made some plays that we did make some plays that we needed to make to win the game.
One of the things that you could speak to this both as a player and as a coach, after you come back from that far and you get as close as the Lobos did, whether it's within 2 or even, sometimes the energy level to get past that point and get over the hump and then carry it to the finish, it's tough.
Yeah, I don't think I agree with you on that. I think our guys, we played enough guys that we would have had more gas in the tank, and I think we were okay, but we just couldn't get that tie shot, or we couldn't get it to where we cut. I mean, you know, the free throws are very, very, very important, and if you can't shoot, you know, 80% down the stretch, and you're going to go 3 for 6. Or I even think we went 0 for 2, 1 for 2, 1 for 2, 1 for 2. If you do that, not for sure, but I think if you go 3 for 6 down the stretch, you're gonna have a hard time winning. And that's what we did, and that's just a shot with nobody guarding you. And you know, we can't continue to shoot 60% from the foul line, and you know, 12% from 3. And you know, that's been the story of the whole season, and I understand it, and it's, you know, my responsibility to keep battling, trying to get them better, and you know, it's just it's day to day, and I thought they were in a good mind frame, but I mean, they showed a lot of fight, and you know, I'm proud of them for that. They've never one time stopped on me, never one time, you know, gave in, and I thought that showed what kind of heart those kids have, and how much it means to them by the battle back, and you got a chance. I mean, you cut it to 5, well, you cut it to 7 going in the half, and you're down 22, and then you get it to 2, like you said, 2 possessions in the second half, and then, you know, they just got to learn that they got to take advantage of it and go from there.
Well, to the point that you just made, after the Lobos got it within 2 and couldn't get a score to either tie or take the lead, Fresno State pushed it back out to 10.
Right.
And if this
46-36.
Yeah, if this team didn't have as much fight as it has, then they couldn't have come back again.
Yeah, and I think they do that. But what we got to do as a group is we're able to go on runs. Like we went on a 17-4 run. They didn't score for 7 minutes. And then once you get it to 2, you got to really dig down deep, and you got to get stops, and you can't let them win the 4-minute games, and you can't let them go back to 10. You got to stop it right there. And you know, I wish I had 8 timeouts, but I can't. And you know, you got to stop it when you can. You got to stop their runs, and you know, I stopped it as much as I can. Then we had, you know, one play of the loose ball, and we have to take another timeout so we don't lose possession. And you know, it's just tough. But when you know, and what I'm trying to teach our kids is that when you get it to 2 or you get it to 4, you can't let a team go on an 8-0 run. It can't happen. And then that's why, you know, the quick timeouts to explain to them, hey guys, this can't happen. And this is what I'm talking about. This just can't happen. And you know, it's just, I feel for them, and I feel for my 2 seniors, and it's not been a lot of fun, and I know they're going through a lot of pain, but you know, hopefully they'll be able to clear their minds on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday while we're going out recruiting, and you know, be ready to come in with Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to get ready for senior night.
The change that was made tonight, matchup based, or is it something?
No, I just made a change. I mean, you could look down the bench. You could have drawn it out of the hat who you're going to start, and you know, I even had conversations to start Tim Jacobs, but I wanted to wait till Emmanuel came in, the little kid they have. And I wanted to get him in there when he was in there, and I didn't want to. I like Tim's energy off the bench. I like that he brings that in and he runs the show and all that. And you know, I was afraid that if I played those 2 together right off the bat, then I might run them out of gas. And you know, it kind of ended up being that way because they played a lot of minutes anyway. And you know, Timmy did some good things, and you know, it was just one of those things. But it was just one of those. You know, pick a guy and try to make a change and see what happens. And it's one of those things you do when you're not winning and doing some things, but it didn't work. So, you know, back to the drawing board and try to keep working and try to keep these guys in a positive frame.
you said something about Obach and what he has done here in the second half of conference play. Tonight equals a career best in boards, equals a career best in blocks, one off a career best in points. And I know they don't have a lot of bigs, a good matchup that way, but after he missed a couple early inside, he just kept fighting and gave you just a tremendous effort.
Yeah, he fights. I mean, he's a great kid. He just, you know, it's a learning process for him, Robert. You know, I think, you know, it's a situation where we put him in a tough situation at the start of the year with recruiting, and I'll be the first one to tell you, recruiting was just as part as me when Steve was here as it is now. And you know, we didn't do, you know, we did some things that we didn't get the players that we needed to get. We brought some guys in that thought could help us when we lost some kids to the underclassmen deal. It's hard for a program like ours to recover, or yet to recover. We're going to get there, but it's hard for us to recover when you lose 3 kids to the draft early, and you haven't been recruiting kids, and you're asking kids to step in and do some things, and but nobody wants to hear that. I understand that, but that's the truth, and you know, we just haven't been a recruit, and I think Obach has shown what his time and his development's done in the second half of the season, and that's what we expected him to do about this time. But we weren't, you know, penciling him in to be a starter yet, and he's had to start every game, and he's done a good job, and he's worked. So, you know, my thing is just try to keep battling with this group and keep him in a good frame of mind, and try to get the win on senior night, and then go into the Mountain West tournament with some sort of momentum of winning senior night and see what happens.
Yeah, that's the final thought. You'd love to send Delaney and, of course, Hugh. You're off with a victory on senior night.
That would be a pie in the sky, and that's what we're going to try to do. And you know, it's just I know one thing about Albuquerque, and one thing about our fans is I know how much it means to them. And, you know, there's nobody that hurts worse than I do. There's nobody that thinks you can do certain things more than I do. Like I said it before, I'm harder on myself than anybody's going to be. So it really doesn't bother me that I understand the family deal, and I understand how much it means to people, and I understand they're upset. And we're upset too, and I know it's painful to them, but the one thing I can ask them to do is what Hugh Greenwood's done for our program for 3 years. You know, there's nobody that's done more in our community, more winning, except, you know, what's happened this year late, than that kid. So, you know, I don't expect any less. I got great respect for our fans. I got great respect for people of Albuquerque. They're first class. And hopefully they'll come out and sell out the pit for senior night for Hugh, because he deserves it.
Appreciate you, Coach Neal. We'll see you back in.
Oh, no problem, man.
Best
Thank
of luck
you.
on the recruiting road.
I appreciate it.
Level-head men's basketball coach Craig Neal. Your Delta Dental coach's comments brought to you by Delta Dental of New Mexico. Almost 400,000 New Mexicans covered by Delta Dental plans. For more information, log on to deltadentalnm.com.